Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. We're continuing our self-build barn dominium, and currently we're working on the septic system. We got the septic tank placed a couple of days ago, and now we're going to work on the drain field. And so that's another whole learning curve, and moving lots of dirt and getting things level. And I think we have everything on site to do that. So Eric's going to start moving some dirt there. I have to reframe part of the gas fireplace. We thought we had it framed in right. We followed what directions we had, but of course once the stove gets on site, got to change it. So it's a pain in the butt to reframe things, but it is what it is. So I'm going to start working on that this morning. Eric's going to be moving dirt. So now that the tank is placed, our drain field is kind of going to go down this area here. So we're going to work on getting the elevation right, because once the drain field is where it's at, that has to remain level. And we're going to run two 60-footers down this corridor here, and so it slopes off quite a bit, so we'll have to do some calculating. That pile of dirt there is going to have to move. From the outlet there, we can go down to whatever elevation we want. It just, the rules are it has to be six feet away from the tank before the drain fields can start. So we'll see what we come up with. Little update here, we're just preparing that drain field site, and we took the dirt that was up here from the hole and put it down there to kind of level this off a little bit better. Yeah, still working on the plan. So we took all that dirt and raised up this far end. It's not quite level, but it's better than it was. And so I think we're starting with our markers that we want to space in, which is this tree here behind that camera, that Doug fir, and this larch right there. So we want to be, I think we figured that we'd be 12 feet away from all three trees, and that kind of give us the starting point, and then we'll go towards the tank from here. Getting going with day 2 here. Just doing the finishing touches on this first 60-foot drain field. And so then we'll start working on the T that will supply the 2 drain fields and go from there. First scoop. Okay, we started laying pipe here, using the transit for bottom of the pipe and making sure that's level, and then using a 6-foot level to level the pipe as it goes through here and stabilizing it. Okay, so 6 inches wash gravel below the pipe, 4 inches worth of pipe, and then 2 inches of wash gravel on top, so 12 inches total. And then we're keeping this side down here exposed so the inspector can see it, and then they want a fabric over the top of it to kind of prevent the topsoil or the soil that we put back on top of it from intruding into the nice clean rock. So that's the idea of the system as we understand it. There we go. Okay, we basically got the trenching all dug. And then down through the topsoil here on the far end, we're a little high, or a little low. So we're gonna bring in some of our sandy material. We just wanted to get below the topsoil down to the sand so we know that is gonna perk as best as possible. So we'll put in about 8 inches of sandy rocky stuff, and then we'll put our wash gravel on top of that. So but basically the footprint is complete. So I pulled the majority of the stuff out with the skid steer, and so we have a nice path. Look like there's plenty of space, but once you start digging and putting dirt, you run out of space pretty quick. Day 3 out here working on the drain field. A little tight back there for the backhoe, so trying to get the grade going across that second line, so it's perfectly level and level with the first one we put in. So anyway, we're hoping to knock this out today. Getting after it. Starting to glue things up, coming down here to a T right there. Coming out of that out hole with a little bit of an angle. So that's what that looks like right now. So just a quick bit on these perforated pipes. So they have offsetting holes here. So this piece goes at the bottom. So you kind of orient them to where the writing's on facing up. And so then there is a little bit of, I don't know if you can tell there, but a little bit of water or gray water that needs to be in the pipe in order for it to spill over the holes on each side. And then that way it charges the whole system. If it's level, every piece of pipe should have water in it and to that level before it spills over into the holes. So it's the way I think of it anyway. Great success. Everything is beeping level. And, you know, we had a little bit of a weird angle coming in there, a few degrees. But so these pipes here are not exactly square, but so this one is off, but we'll manipulate that over. We just glued that up, so yay. So now we just have the rest of the drain pipe to go, and the pipe will be laid. Pipe is in. Just need to put 2-inch flat over the top of the pipe. So we got some more gravel to spread in there. This looks excellent. Call that very good. And put the fabric over and call for inspection. on the sewer pipe now. So that's the outlet right there. And then we have a 1/4 inch drop per 1 foot to the tank. So we're back to using the transit again. Every 10 feet we're going out down 2.5 inches. And then we're gonna bring some sand in and bed that pipe in some sand. So should be good. Been working on the pipe that goes from the house to the septic tank. Put some sand in there to get my elevations set. And so I put this pipe in. That's a clean out. Had to be 18 inches. And then I'm going to put a quick 90 there. I hope that's okay. I don't really know. Someone said it had to be cleaned out, had to be within 18 inches of the structure. So I did that part. I angled that down, trying to do a 1/4 inch per foot. And then I did the same thing down at the far end. Let me go show you what I did there. So that pipe is basically in there loose, but I angled that towards the tank a 1/4 inch. So that's about 4 foot, so about an inch from one side to the other. And then I took elevations off the pipe, starting right there, and then got my 2 distances and then tape 73 feet. So then I did some math. So basically I did top of pipe out, 3 foot 4 inches, top of pipe in, 4.9. That gave me a 17-inch drop, 73 feet. So I'm 0.23 inches per foot in my drop from one end to the other. So I about hit it perfect. I'm pretty happy with that. So then I just did some math. It's easier to read down here. So at 10 foot, 20, 30, all the way down to 70. So at 70, I'm 4 foot, 8.4 inches. And then I have 3 feet to go to make it to 4.9. So pretty comfortable with that. So now I can just set my stick every 10 feet, and I have it all measured out, and then I'll just kind of keep that slope as I go down and bed that pipe and put it together. See how I do. Well, I think I'm calling for inspection on this. It still needs to be shored up with some sand. Some of the pipes are bowing in the sun, so I put some rocks just to kind of keep that grade. This T down here is a little interesting. I put that in there because I want to tie in this for a shop that has an apartment eventually, and so I stubbed that out to make a 90 in there, and then this just goes in a little bit here. In fact, that might be too much. I might have to pull that out just a hair, but it's just friction fitted in there, so no problem. And I think all my elevations are good. It's not perfectly straight, but calling it good anyway. Put a second clean out. I had 2 90s in this, and was told that I need a second clean out, and it's 73 feet long. So putting a clean out here, that'll be below grade. And I want that little concrete thing to go over the top of it, because we'll still be doing some driving back in here and such. So we'll install that when the time comes. The other thing I got to do tonight is it's supposed to rain actually for the next few days, and so this is right in the spillway. So I think I have enough tin that I'm going to try to cover this ditch and at least get the majority of the water, keep it out of this ditch. Out here, I'm just going to let it rain. Yeah. Well, that was a long several days. I'm not sure how long we've been working on it. Like maybe 5 days on this video. So all dirt work, not very glamorous. It's all getting covered up, but you need to do it right. I got 2 inspections outstanding, and then we'll be able to start filling in those and smoothing it back out. The grade for on top of that septic tank is going to be about 1 foot of material, so it's not going to be as high as those risers. Other than that, I'm pretty confident about the inspection. I am a little bit worried about this rain that's coming, and that all that water dumping in our trench, but I'll get on first thing tomorrow and see if I can get an inspection, and if we can, then maybe even tomorrow night we'll start putting some dirt in there. So I kind of doubt it, but it's possible. Anything's possible, I guess. So Lots of stuff on the agenda. I can't really think of what the priority is at the moment. I'm tired. I'm ready to go in and get some dinner, take a shower. So I got work tomorrow. And then Saturday, Eric and I both have off. I have to work Sunday. So yeah, I got this weird schedule. I haven't really said what I've done for a living, but I'm a pharmacist at the local hospital, clinical pharmacist. And so I work 10-hour shifts, and we're open 24/7. And so you're on call about half the time that you're home, in case they need us to come in to make something or dose something. So anyway, that's my profession. I don't know if that fits with my type A personality, but I'm an attention to detail kind of person, and that's definitely what a pharmacist needs to be. So anyway, I appreciate everyone watching. You guys have a great day, evening, or wherever this video finds you, and we'll catch you with the next video. Good night.